Good morning, everyone. Feeling a little rough this morning. But, it's to be expected, I guess. I had a basketball game at work last night, so that meant extra work and extra time. But anyway, that is what it is. It's the job I took. But I'm on my way this morning to my eye exam. And I saw something last night I want to kind of touch on. While I was winding down from work last night, someone had posted an article from MSN, which is definitely not my favorite news source. But they were talking, the article was about a measles outbreak, which I know when I was a kid, measles were still happening. Which I know measles, I'm pretty sure I had them as a kid, but I know I had the mumps. Excuse me. My throat hasn't got properly lubricated yet this morning. This weather's been hard on roads. But anyway, measles. So there's this big headline, it leads you to believe that there's this huge outbreak of measles, and well, so I read the article. So I'm curious. I'm a curious kind of guy sometimes. Well, when it finally gets to the point, the big outbreak is nine. Just 9 cases nationwide. I just 9. I don't know. I guess it's something we really need to watch out for anyway. But 9 cases nationwide of measles. I don't know. My first thought is sensationalism. I don't know. I'm sure that, like the CDC and such, I would think, if I was in charge of all this stuff, which obviously I'm not, if you get 9 cases, you go, okay, might ought to keep an eye on that and see what's going on. Just, But they blew it up like, 9 cases out of 350 million people. Well, that's the population according to the census. 350 or 360 million, I can't remember. And that's not counting all the illegals. But like I said, I find fault here in this with MSN for sensationalizing 9 cases of measles in their title. That, of course, everything's, the headlines have to grab your attention or you're not going to read it. I mean, I wouldn't have read it if it said 9 cases of measles, because that's all I wanted to know. Kind of wanted to know where they was at, because they showed a map, and one of them's in Missouri. So, of course, I wanted to find out where that's at, because I live in Missouri, and it was in Clay County, which I'm not sure where that's at right off the top of my head. I mean, I know where Jasper County is, 'cause that's the county I was born and lived most most of my life in. I know where Barton County is because that's where I live now. And I know where Vernon County is because that's where the pig wrangler extraordinaire is from. And, I know where Greene County is. That's St. Louis. Or not St. Louis, sorry, Springfield. Springfield is in Greene County. But anyway, and I can guess some of the other counties close to me. But anyway, just my point is how things, and I know this could get bigger. I mean, so, but here's another thing, and it's just what it is. I don't think it's either good or bad. It's just what it is. The MMR vaccine, the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine, has been around for a long time, and I think it's pretty safe. I mean, I've had it. I think everyone I know has had it. I've not heard, and that's kind of my disclaimers, I haven't heard of any side effects from that one, any bad ones. But anyway, here's my point, is 93% effective, which that's pretty good. I mean, I'll take 90, I take those odds. All day, every day. But and right there is my point. This is a well-established vaccine. It's been around for years. I don't know how long. And it's only 93% effective. Now they went on in this article to claim that, of course, all this information I'm citing, I want you to know, only came from this one article from MSN. Like I said, that's not my favorite news source, and they get things wrong, and they are biased. But anyway, just for the sake of this video, I'm taking this at face value. Okay. If you get a second vaccine of the MMR vaccine, measles, mumps, and rubella, it jumps to 97% effective, which, is still pretty daggone good. I'll take it. I mean, I'm not going to run out and get another vaccine, but these are vaccines that took years to develop. They went through the scientific process to get them to market, unlike another certain vaccine that, was rushed onto the market. So, yeah. But, and also, like, you just got to watch what you read. You read the whole article, and try to understand the facts. Now, I also read another article this morning, and this I don't know, it used to be kind of controversial. Let me give you a little background. The state of Missouri repealed their helmet law, requiring riders over the age of 21, the previous law required anyone riding a motorcycle had to wear a motorcycle helmet. Now, before you get all wound up about it, for me, it's a freedom issue. helmets only stop head injuries. And I don't know. Back when I was involved with all of this, I was in an organization in Missouri called Freedom of Road Riders. And that was our main focus, was getting that mandate, that requirement that you have to wear a helmet repealed. And they finally got it done. I haven't been involved in that organization for almost 20 years now, just because life changes. You know, nothing against the organization. I still think it's great. They did a lot of other things too that was good for motorcycles. I believe wearing a helmet should be your choice. On a motorcycle, it only protects against head injuries, and that's it. And like I started to say, when I was involved, we had a bunch of research from different places, and even from the government, that said that when they tested motorcycle helmets, they tested them at a 150-pound person at 15 miles an hour. That's kind of slow for a motorcycle. At that speed, it's kind of hard to keep it upright. I mean, it can be done. It's not real hard, but you know, it takes a lot of concentration. So, I don't know. I haven't seen any recent studies, but at the time I was involved, they did not test motorcycle helmets anymore. I don't know if they have started to or not, because you know, I've kind of lost touch with that kind of thing. So they're not testing them, you know, I wouldn't think, in a real world situation, or they weren't. Like I said, now I'm sure that there's a lot of helmet companies out there that do test their helmets. You know, I mean, after all, this is the United States of America, and you can get sued for almost anything. So, but this article that I was reading was talking about fatalities in the state of Missouri. There was a 6% drop in overall vehicle fatalities. But the reason I'm talking about motorcycles is there was a 14% increase, which is a pretty big increase. I get it, you know. But they do not list, and this has always drove me nuts, a motorcycle helmet cannot, it cannot at this time prevent a motorcycle accident. And the most common motorcycle accident is a car turning left in front of a motorcycle because they're not paying enough attention to see it. And that's, you know, where most of your deaths occur, or used to be. I guess I got to qualify every comment here. That's what it was when I was involved. So, I'm passing by the, I'm pretty sure it looks like it's, I don't know, maybe it's not. Never mind. I thought I was going past the windmill that fell down here a few weeks ago. But maybe not. There's looks like there's a big blade laying there that's broken, but I don't know. Anyway, back to the motorcycle thing. These articles come out, and you can tell they're biased. And let me get this out of the way, I guess. Here's my opinion on motorcycle helmets. helmets. They do work for head injuries. They can cause neck injuries, while you're adding weight to your head. So they can cause neck injuries in the proper situation. I'm not going to say every accident no. Just saying that it's possible that helmet could not be the cause, but can be a contributor to a neck injury. And there's other situations where they're good, and I don't think they're all bad. They work for what they're designed to work for. And they can also cause some issues. But anyway, the safety is better. My problem has always been being told that I have to do it. And there's a lot of other injuries. I mean, think about it. A lot of other injuries that can happen to you on a motorcycle. I mean, you're out there, you're exposed, you're going at highway speeds, and although there's nothing, well, for me, there's nothing that compares to going down the road on a motorcycle, especially when there's nothing else on the highway with you. And I'm not talking about going fast. I'm not a go fast guy. But back to the point, motorcycle helmets. If you feel safer with one on, absolutely you should wear one. I never felt safer with one on. Actually, I felt less safe. In the state of Missouri, we're talking in the 90s, okay? It was illegal for you to wear a motorcycle helmet in a car because it restricted your sight and your hearing. Just kind of mull that one over a little bit. You can't wear one in a car because it restricts your sight, your peripheral vision, and your hearing. But when you're on a motorcycle, it's required. I guess the trade-off is better. I don't know. But I always wore what was called a half helmet, and my ears were out. We can argue helmets all day long, but my point is, if you feel safer, you probably should wear one. But I think that feeling safer also causes people to do things they shouldn't do. The number of wrecks, and I think I feel confident in saying what I'm about to say. The number of wrecks, whether it be cars, trucks, whatever, I'm pretty sure is up. There's more collisions. And I think that number goes up. The survivability is up as well. Cars are safer today than they were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago. I mean, yes. But I think that gives people a sense of security, and they drive faster. Just in general, people drive faster today than they did 20, 30 years ago. And we have so many more things to distract us. Talking on a cell phone, listening to the radio. I know people that probably shouldn't be allowed to drive a car with a radio on because it is too much of a distraction for them. And I'm sure all of us have our distractions things that will distract us 100%. Not 100% distracted, but be a distraction for us every time it goes on. You know, kids can be a problem. My parents got hit head on a few years ago by a woman that was distracted by her kids. They were in the back seat, and I guess they were acting up, I don't know, but she turned to look, and then boom, across the center line and head on into my folks. Now my dad, you know, he was all about, you know, benefit of the doubt most of the time, and he thinks something went wrong with the lady's car. I don't know, but that's not the point of this video. The point is, the lady was admitted to being distracted by her kids just minutes before the accident happened. Also, I see more big truck accidents than I used to. So, I mean, there's more people in the world too. You know, that always has to be factored in. But I guess with all my rambling here, my point about all this is whether it be motorcycle helmets, seat belts, airbags, whatever, the best piece of safety equipment that you have is between your ears. It's your brain. You know, think a little bit about what you're doing. Pay attention. I mean, I think it's great that we're reducing deaths in vehicle accidents, but I think we as people, not our politicians, not our government, we don't need any more laws. We got laws that cover about everything now. You know, we don't need any more government control. And I'm sure somebody out there is willing to argue that point, but there's just too much government now. I feel fortunate that I live in a rural county that I don't have to go get a permit every time I want to throw up a little old shed or something. You know. Or, you know, I don't have a homeowners association telling me I can't build a doghouse, or I can't do this or that, I can't have a garden, I can't have chickens. Oh, that would drive me nuts. But anyway, I know somebody thought, well, wait a minute, how did you get from vehicles to homeowners associations and livestock? You know, it's all connected. It's all about how much of the government do you want in your business? And that's the bottom line. And personally, I want a whole lot less government in my business. So, I guess I'm going to wind this up. I've rambled on enough. I hope everybody stuck with me till the end. And yeah, let's look out for each other. Let's help each other when we can. And let's not forget to pray.